Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Prince Podcast. My name is Michael Dean, and joining me today is Mr. Big Sexy and Saxer. How are you?
I'm doing well. Long, tough week, but one more step closer to global domination.
All right, say that. Also joining us is Mr. Q Storm. Sir, how are you?
I'll be doing good once I find a way to pay this tax bill.
Okay. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have another special guest with us today. You have heard, I'm sure you have heard of the PRN Alumni, Prince Rogers Nelson Alumni Foundation. Well, we are blessed today to have the president of that organization, Miss Jacqui Thompson. Jacqui, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? I love all the names, guys. It's just amazing.
we got to come up. We got to come up with a name for you. We'd have to.
I don't know. I don't know what it's going to be, but I don't think I can be Big Sexy. I don't know if I can do that.
Well, so the other thing some of us may or may not know about Jacqui is she also used to manage or be a manager. I don't know how to say that, of Prince or with Prince, but she was definitely worked with Prince. I could get the impression that if I was to say to Prince, who manages you, he'd probably say, ain't nobody manage me. Like, how are you going to manage? But I don't
exactly.
know. Okay.
Exactly. It's very true. We didn't, at that point, we really didn't have labels. You know, he'd once in a while say, aren't you the president of MPG Records or something like that. But in general, you know, I was just part of the team that helped manage and make Paisley run during that period. I was there from 96 through 2000. And so I really love this era for me personally because it really gave me a foundation on the concept of independence. And at that point, MPG was purely independent. There was no distributor. So I find that an innovative time that I was lucky to be a part of. So.
And this was the period when, like Emancipation and like Crystal Ball Project came out as well?
Correct.
Wow, yes.
Yeah, and then also we had, under MPG, Chaka Khan's album, Come to My House, came out.
Right.
Larry Graham's GCS 2000 was out. His own New Power Soul with MPG, the New Power Generation, New Power Soul, which I really love. I think it's an underrated album. There's some really cool tracks on there. And then, obviously, with the Truth album, one of my faves on the Crystal Ball, that was an extra in there that was done during that time. So that was cool. And then also, in conjunction with Arista, I was there for the Rave Onto the Joy Fantastic album with Clive Davis. So
wow.
So,
well, let me ask you this. I'm just curious. Like, how did you get to work with Prince like that? Like,
yeah, well, I was friends with a bunch of different musicians around town. I was doing booking at a club, local club called Biscuits and Blues at the time. It was my girlfriend Regina Charbonneau and Danny Glover were co-owners in that business, and it was a restaurant, but down and below it had a really great nightclub, and we would book really amazing acts, Etta James and Sugar Blue and all those. So I was cutting my teeth on the live aspect of booking, and Prince had come down to see Sugar Blue one time. Kirk Johnson's band would play there. It was a really cool little spot for a while. So anyway, one of my friends gave me a call that was working. Mike Scott, musician, gave me a call, said there's an opening out at Paisley for the 1-800-NEW-FUNK line that he had, which was innovative in itself, where it was, all his merchandise ran through 1-800-NEW-FUNK. So I went out and started working there and grew and ended up working with Maite on the MPG Dance Company that did a few shows. Okay. Short-lived, but really cool. There were like 25 dancers, and Desmond Richardson and Dwight Roden were famous, choreographers and dancers were the principal, and Maite did the choreography for it, set to Prince's music. So it was really cool. Blend of hip-hop dancing and ballet, traditional ballet, and all that, and it was a neat thing. So I ran that, And then from there, I went on to his tours and managed all his merchandise lines on his tours. And then from there, it just kind of grew into part of the team of running Paisley Park at that point. And then I was working with Prince directly and Londell for the MPG records. So he had me starting to do all that and marketing that stuff. So I also started cutting visual concerts with him. I did the Secret gig, one of my concepts when Londell had done the deal with Channel 4 over in London, where it was a full day of Prince. So it started with his music videos. They played all his movies, and then it ended with a secret gig that we did and cut with Channel 4 at Cafe Perry in London.
Oh, is this the Beautiful Strange thing?
Mm-hmm.
Was that beautiful?
Go ahead.
Was that the Beautiful Strange?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
yep.
okay, yeah.
So yeah. So I did that. With Prince. The Beautiful Strange was there to do the thing with VH1 with Spice Girl, Scary Spice. That interview was really cute. I love that one. And then we cut that and put that into The Beautiful Strange. But that gig actually was at the end of the night. It culminated to that secret gig after his movies on Channel 4. So it was a full day, unheard of. It's a big station in London. It was all about Prince, so that was cool. There, I ended up doing the Rave Unto the Joy Fantastic EPK for him through Arista. I produced that, and then also worked on the pay-per-view for the 1999 with Lenny and Kravitz and George Clinton and all that.
Oh,
so
wow. Okay.
worked with that. So
I mean, can I ask you a question? Because I have to ask you a question, unless I'm a fan first. that interview,
yeah, for sure.
That interview with Mel B from the Spice Girls.
Yeah,
that's a classic interview. So, just because I'm curious, was that was planned for her to come and do that interview like that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it was planned, but it was, they had a really natural chemistry. I felt that was really, really cute, and all that wasn't planned. That was just how the interview happened. But she was definitely the one that would, it originally was for aired with VH1, if I remember correctly, and then we had the rights to the masters and added that into the Beautiful Strange compilation VHS at the time. No DVD at the time.
Right.
So that's crazy. Yeah, and I always thought that was just a nice special. They just had a really nice, authentically nice chemistry together. So
yeah, to me that footage, that's when I hear people say, "Don't look in his eyes," and this and that. To me, that was like, that's Prince. Like, I could just see, that's the Mac, right? That's that natural, he just has that kind of...
That was definitely him.
Yeah, I was like that. I was like, okay, there it is. All right, well, that's amazing. So you were there for a lot of landmark stuff.
Yeah. What's up?
No, I was saying you were there for a lot of landmark classic events and things, the stuff you just mentioned.
I was, blessed and lucky to be there. I never forget the time. It was great. We worked really hard during that time, and but it was unforgettable, to be a part of all that and see that. So.
And so with that, and I know, ladies and gentlemen, we could go and do a whole show on all of that, and hopefully at some point we will. But today,
sure.
I really want to talk about, you guys have an event coming up, the PRN Alumni event that you got coming up in September. September 7th through the 9th, right?
Yes.
In Minneapolis.
Yeah.
So
it is.
Go ahead. Mm-hmm. So what is this event about?
Go ahead.
What is it about?
Well, it's our inaugural event for a benefit to fundraise for our new foundation, the PRN Alumni Foundation. Last year, we did a celebration of Prince's life, and we got a group of the Paisley Park staff and people that worked for him for over the years together. And it was so successful. It was so, we just had such love, and we met new people people we hadn't, met before, but had heard about, because there's all these different eras of people that worked there through, and it was like a reunion and meeting of a collective group of people that had this experience that was so amazing. That one of, I think, Prince's legacies is that the connectiveness of all of our lives that, we were able to share with him at a certain point. And I feel like everybody's relationship is their own, and everybody worked hard and did their thing and for whatever time they were at. So it was really great. And from that, we raised some money. We raised some money for John Blackwell, who was, not well. And obviously he just passed away, which we're really sad about, but we really tried to do that. And also Michael Van Huffel. And from that, it inspired us to create this foundation, to create a legacy that was other than his music. A lot of people didn't know about his philanthropic side. He was really, really authentically private about it, and it wasn't something that he, promoted. But, he was doing a ton of that with Love for One Another when I was there. R&B Foundation, he'd give money to all kinds of. And so from that, we wanted to really kind of keep it real, really know, do some research on where he was giving, and now that he's gone, obviously that those initiatives aren't really receiving money from him anymore. So we wanted to, kind of keep that legacy part of him going. So from there, we talked amongst each other and got excited about it, created the foundation, and here we are. So September is our kickoff event. It's going to be at the Machine Shop. It's open to the public. We're going to be doing an auction. We have a VIP experience with the cocktails beforehand, and then reserved seating, and then our musical guest is King, which we thought was pretty fitting. He was mentoring, and I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with them, but they're a wonderful Grammy-nominated group, and female trio, and they're from Minneapolis, and we just thought this is a great way to move it forward. There's a lot of events with The Revolution, which is fantastic, and MPG are playing, and all these different people. But one of the things we want to do is, hit the new folks coming out, too. And so we thought this would be a great way to kick off. And King was excited about it and agreed to, to perform. So they'll be there on Thursday the 7th. And then Friday the 8th, we're doing a little private PRN alumni party again, kind of like what we did last year, so that's going to be fun. But then on September 9th, on Saturday, we also decided to put together an alumni shares panel to really kind of get in depth with some topics that we wanted to do, and we were like, where should we do this? And we decided to do it at the Capri. That's one of his first performances, and that theater holds about 250. And I could just imagine him on stage just thinking that it was 10,000 playing. I'm not him, but I could just see him, getting ready for that next phase. And so we thought it would be really cool to have the panels there, kind of where it started. So we're at the Capri Theater. They do a lot of things with kids, and next year they're going to expand. They have a $25 million expansion to the Capri, where kids will be able to do music and theater and all kinds of arts. So that's what we're about. So this is we're excited about that.
Okay, now I've heard
so that's kind of in a nutshell.
I heard a little bit of something about these panels. I'm being facetious here, but so there are 3 panels going down. One will be a panel about engineering, and in the studio, yours truly is going to be moderating.
I know on this call is, right? Is that?
I have a little hand in that moderation, and so I'm very excited. Some of the names I wanted to. People are asking me like, who's going to be up there? And I didn't know what I could say or what not. So, can we give a little bit of some of the names of people who's going to be on that panel?
Absolutely. Like for the engineer panel, we have Dave Hampton. He's the technical director of Paisley Park Studios from I think 2003 to 2010, if I'm correct. And we have Susan Rogers. I love to know her from early days and iconic recordings. We have Scotty Baldwin. We wanted to make sure we had the live experience with the engineer panel from the front of house perspective. And Hans Martin Buff, who was there through Emancipation and Rave and Shotgun and that during the MPG days. He's going to be there. He's flying in from Germany. And we also have Paul Peterson on to talk a bit about the production, his brother Ricky was there doing a lot of production, and obviously you know him from the family and the time and all that. So he's going to be on that panel. So as far as the other panels, we have a fashion panel. We have people like Stacia Lang and Kim Berry, who did hair. Stacia was a designer, but we've got a special guest coming in that Vaughn and Lewis from the early iconic days, which will be very cool to see some of the and to hear him talk about the early days of his fashion, and the icon. Cheryl Neck is awesome makeup artist, and Bonnie Flesland, who is a wardrobe stylist, and she was on the road. We want to talk about, because it's on the road is also very important to making sure that from the photo shoots to his everyday on stage was very important, to create that whole visual brand. And so that we wanted to kind of give an overview of that. And then we have some record label innovation panel, Gilbert Davison, Craig Rice, Sam Jennings, and people like that will be on there.
Nice.
Those panels. So it'll be cool. And then, we'll have, another, alumni will be there, and people will be able to connect. There'll be a Q&A as well. So that's going to be really nice.
Oh man, I'm excited. This is going to be amazing.
Me too.
Yeah.
Let's take it, and we want to take it on the road eventually. So, yeah, that's our goal, to do that and to bring it to people. So that could be a lot of fun, we think.
And I think it's going to be it's just going to be a trip to be in that Capri Theater with the history of Prince and what it really means.
I know. Yeah. When I went in there the first time and I hadn't been in, I stood there and I was on the stage, and I had like chills, because this is where it kind of started, and it was just, over north, and, it's down from KMOJ radio station, and it's just pretty amazing. And I just kind of looked at it and went, wow. Manifestation at its best.
For sure. So just so we're clear for people, Thursday, September 7th at the Machine Shop, and tickets are on sale. So you're going to have...
You can get them on the website.
And it accumulates with the performance with King, the silent auction, and then on...
Got some good pieces with that silent auction.
Ooh, I bet.
Yeah.
Can you throw out any hints, or is that it has to be under wraps?
I think I'll throw out one. I'll say Carlos Santana. Guitar, maybe.
What?
Whoa.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see. I won't say any more, but it's cool.
Oh, my goodness.
So,
okay.
Yeah, there'll be some special pieces, but
nice.
Sorry to cut you off, but I had to say that.
And then Saturday, September 9th, is the panel Stories from Inside the Park at the legendary Capri Theater. Definitely come and check that out. Tickets are on sale, and they can get tickets the PRNalumni.org. And there's links on there, and I'll have show links. I'll have links on the show notes of this as well. But at the end of the day, just to be clear, this is raising money for the foundation and the benefit, right? So this is
absolutely,
yeah. That's what
it's all about.
All right, wow! I can't wait to get up there. I'm a little nervous, but
Oh, you don't be nervous. You're going to be great. We've been listening to you interview. It's great. You're going to be great. I did want to. I know we didn't touch on, just real quick. I know we got to go, but on our initiative and mission for the foundation, so just people kind of know what our plans are. Prince did a lot of giving all over, from solar panels to urban gardening to helping kids and that. And so we chose to kind of focused our mission on kids with music and arts programs. And also he was passionate about organic in farming. And so we have urban farming. We'll have Taja Seville actually talk about that. He did donated to her urban farming communities, and we want to expand on that initiatives around the country as we grow, and then obviously helping our members in need, like the John Blackwells and Michael Van Huffels and people that need help. So that's our goal, what our mission is. So keep the music going and arts.
You just threw in the name Taja Seville. Oh man, This took me back to my BET Video Soul watching days, and Love is Contagious.
Yeah.
Woo, Lord.
Yeah, she'll be there. She'll be there for the event and everything. So.
All right. Well, Jacqui, we appreciate you stopping through today and sharing this with us. And definitely, ladies and gentlemen, go out, and if you're coming in town, if you're out there, definitely check this event out. Also, you can just go to their website and you can donate as well to their situation. So I would implore you to do that. Are there any, I wanted to ask you, were there any charities or organizations specifically that you guys are kind of helping to support? I know you mentioned the thing with the farming. Are there any particular things yet?
Well, we're about to. We have a kind of a list of where we're going, and obviously this is our fundraising event to start that. Okay. And so then once that happens, we do our board meetings when we approve, and we'll start that grant process for the different initiatives. But there's some really cool ones. There's a JLR Foundation out of Minneapolis that has a recording studio in Powderhorn Park, and they after school programs where the kids can go and do music programs and learn music, instruments and things like that. Those are the kind of things that we're getting ready to support. We haven't obviously written checks yet, but we're going to be soon after, that's why, we're putting these events on. So we'll start that momentum, create that awareness of what we're doing, and then just grow bigger and bigger each year and expand. So.
All right. I got one other question, but Big Sexy, did you have anything you wanted to ask Jacqui as well?
Yes, I did. Real quickly, Jacqui, I see you guys have the foundation set up and whatnot. What kind of corporate entity did you guys use to set it up?
It's a incorporation, Inc. So, and then we have applied for our government status, the 501c3, and so that is pending and almost there. It takes a little bit of time, but we're just waiting on our final number. But we should have it really soon. And everything looks good. We have a great nonprofit attorney doing it actually pro bono. He loved our idea, and he specializes in it. So we are in good shape here. But we are in corporation. We are official, incorporated. So.
Excellent. You said the magic phrase, 501c3.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
All right, and. If you follow Jacqui at least on Facebook, I saw a very interesting picture you posted the other day of some shoes or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, who is she running around with? So am I to surmise that was Mr. Larry Graham?
It was. He was playing with Dave Cause. They were doing an event out at the Minnesota Zoo on Thursday. And so I went in for that, and I was backstage, and I saw his silver shoes, and I was like, those are amazing shoes, man. I'm going to take a photo, and he, let me click a photo. So it was awesome. It was a great show. Dave Cause was awesome. And, they used Dave Cause's band, and so they had Greg Fillinganes, and it was just a great, amazing band on top of it, and it just was such an amazing experience. An amphitheater out there at the Minnesota Zoo. They have a really great a music series out there. So they'll have everybody from Ziggy Marley to Herbie Hancock was last night. And it's a real intimate venue. So it was so amazing to see Larry like that with Dave, and it was a lot of fun catching up.
All right. Well, we're going to get up out of here. Jacqui, where can people find you online?
There's the PRN Alumni Foundation, but it's FDN, so it's at PRN Alumni FDN, and that tag goes through on Facebook, so you can just do PRN Alumni Foundation on Facebook, and we're also on Instagram too. So.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Definitely check out this event. If you come and say what's up to me, please. I adore you to do that. And we're going to get up out of here. Work it like a job, but we're going to give a special shout out. I got to give a special shout out to my man, Dave Hampton. Sir, get well, get your rest. I will see you out there, and thank you for all your support. We out of here. Peace.